Joining me now, Eric Mitchell, sports analyst and president and CEO of LifeFlip Media. Eric, great to have you here. Okay, your initial reaction to the first couple days of the Olympics so far?
Wow, Baker, it's been, you were right, that drought to start where USA, we just did not come out of the chute good. We made up for it where we make up for everything, and that's in the pool. It's been amazing to watch that. I don't know if you caught some of the action, but last night we had some of the best relays. And I swear, the US and Australia in the water, I don't know how the other countries compete with the two. I feel like it's watching the Yankees and the Red Sox compete. It's amazing to watch these two teams go at each other in the pool.
Absolutely. So let's stay in the pool. Katie Ledecky getting a silver. This is really one of the first times she hasn't gotten a gold in quite some time. Your initial reaction to that, because Katie Ledecky is basically the big star in the pool.
It is, but I think the viral moment was the coach after after she lost. But it's true, and we're talking about again, Australia swimmers are just amazing, and that race was down to the wire. If you look back at that race, it was for gold and silver, and it was by a hair. Everybody else was well behind both those athletes competing. And what's interesting, Baker, and I find for this Games, which makes this Olympics outstanding to me and is a huge story, is nearly 48% of the athletes in this Olympic are women, which is outstanding, figuring 3 decades ago that number was half. So we're talking about women in the pool. How about the 2 skateboarders from Japan? Both of them 13-year-olds that won today. I mean, it's just amazing to watch this. I mean, skateboarding being in there, the U.S. knocking off U.S. surfers. It's just so cool to see the new sports in the Games.
I'm so with you. Yeah, the skateboarding and the surfing, the first time we've ever seen that at the Olympics, is definitely something that's been fun to watch. I want to talk about gymnastics because I stayed up really late last night to watch some of this. We should note the United States did really well, got second place against Russia in the qualifying round. By the way, these are not the final tallies whatsoever, but your initial reaction to what happened yesterday with the U.S. women's gymnastics team, because Simone Biles was on another planet last night.
She's amazing. I mean, she's the GOAT of women's gymnastics. She's the GOAT of gymnastics. You know, it's amazing, but again, you're not going to be perfect every time, and I guess that's the excuse we're going to go for the men's basketball team also, why we're going for it. Not every night is perfect, but, you know, they are going to come back again. It was, you know, there were some stumbles and bumbles there, but near perfection for that team. And again, these countries step up and perform. Every country there, they've been waiting an extra 18 months to show up at this Olympics, and everybody's giving their 120% while you're at these Games. And that's what I think is amazing to watch, and why I really enjoy the Olympics is these athletes are leaving it all on the floor.
Yeah, Russia, by the way, is going to be really tough in women's gymnastics here. How do you sort of assess them versus the United States moving forward for the rest of the competition?
I think it's going to be close. I think that in gymnastics, the Russian team is the team to beat with us right there. I mean, but again, I'm not going to count any of these countries out, but that is the one that is holding it. And it's traditionally hard to catch up. We are only a point behind them. So again, we have the greatest gymnast of all time on our team. So I'm going to give our odds as the team that should win. But again, that Russian team's going to be difficult. But keep in mind, China is actually the medal leader as of this moment, with us in second place and the home country of Japan in third. So we continue to have that. But I think a cool story is what Luka Doncic did overnight. He scored 48 points in his first game. It almost broke the Olympic record in points. It's amazing these guys are leaving on the floor.
Oh, yeah, and I'm hoping that the men's team gets their stuff together, because that's going to be an amazing, if they can be able to get this with how good he's been as well. I mean, the rest of the Olympics for the basketball is going to be great. Really quickly, Eric, we've got men's gymnastics happening right now as we speak, women's triathlons today, women's beach volleyball, men's water polo, all the good stuff today. What are you watching out for the rest of the week?
The rest of the week, well, we have the finals for the women's gymnastics exactly at this time tomorrow. We got to be up bright and early to watch women's gymnastics. That's what we're looking forward. Then we have soccer starts kicking off. And again, more basketball. Team USA needs to rebound. We play, I believe, Iran is the next game. And that will be very interesting because they did have a huge upset against Canada. And we need to show up. And I think Dame Lillard did put it best, Baker, when he said these players show up for their country. It's completely then as an individual sport. That's what Patrick Ewing said about Team USA is it's different than an individual sport. These players show up for their country. So I think Dame and Patrick Ewing know what they're talking about. Team USA needs to show up. But these games have been awesome to watch, and these athletes are leaving it all on the floor. Except for that incident. You mentioned the triathlon. Did you see the boat that almost ran over?
Oh, my gosh. That was crazy. That was beyond bananas. Yes, so crazy. Eric Mitchell, great to have you here, sports analyst and president and CEO of LifeFlip Media. Eric, thanks so much for joining us.